So in today's episode of Biz Jet TV, we're going to be talking about colleges in America owning private jets and or using private jets. Now, is it right for a university or a college to have a private jet? And environmentalists seem to think it's a bad idea. We're going to talk about this in today's episode of Biz Jet TV. My name is Fabrizio. I'm the founder of this channel and also the author of The Quantum Economy. Yes, people, the American universities, or colleges as they call them in the US, are joining the quantum economy by using private jets. And this is not something that's been happening recently. It's been happening for a number of years. So we're going to delve into the economics of this and talk about this in this episode. So first of all, most of the private jet usage is used around, and we also know that, college sports is very, very big in the United States. There's about 24 different sports played, the number one and number two being American football, followed by basketball. And just to let you know, there's 500,000 students that go to 1,100 universities in the United States playing these 24 sports, which generate $15.8 billion a year. That was a 2019 figure. Now, in 2018, the average division football program had an annual budget of $22 million. That's just the football department, okay? Football department, $22 million. So, next interesting thing is, well, how many of these students actually go on to play professional sports? It's only 2%. Well, then you're probably thinking, well, then why do we have all this money involved? Because at the end of the day, it's giving an opportunity of a kid that's come from a family that's maybe not that wealthy, from the wrong side of town, got a talent for basketball or American football, whatever, has the opportunity to get a scholarship to go to university where he or she will play in the football team or basketball team of the university and get free education to become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever they want to be. So this is a really, really good thing because it's allowing lots of kids out there that don't come from these wealthy families to be able to get a good education and go on to have a profession that's going to generate them good money and give, a good lifestyle to their family. And this is a really, really good thing. So, interesting thing, do these athletes get paid? Some of them get up to about $6,000 a month, which helps towards their living costs and whatever. They also allowed to get money from outside. And some of these athletes now are bringing in, seven figures every year, depending on how good they are. So this is just some of the things that happen. These are some of the numbers that we're talking about here. But let's look at an example. Let's look at Kansas University, which have been recently attacked for their use of their Cessna citation. Now, Kansas University received $155 million in donations just recently. 40% of these donations are coming from outside state. Now, how much does their private jet cost them? It's about $1.4 million a year. So someone listening to this now is saying, oh, $1.4 million to fly a private jet. Now they're polluting the environment. That $1.4 million could have given so many other kids an education, blah, 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 blah. Wait. Let's just look into and think about this carefully. Now, 40% of that money was generated from out of state. Now, they were going out, they were scouting for new players for their teams. They're also using it to go out to get research grants. Now, they can't exactly quantify out the $155 million how many of that money was generated by the private jet. My guess is probably 100 plus million was generated thanks to the jet. What happens when you use the jet? Well, first of all, if you're using the jet, you're going to attract better coaches. And as I said before, a lot of what's happening is the coaches are getting a very good salary. And some of these coaches are making, $10, $12 million a year. And I'm not talking the Harvard coach. I mean, even the minor universities are paying that kind of money to some of their coaches. So you're making $10 million a year. And inside your package, your remuneration package, as well as, health insurance and all those other things, is the usage of the private jet for maybe 25 hours a year for personal use. So, I'm the coach, they're offering me $10 million and they're offering me 25 hours of charter on the university private jet that I can use to go on vacation or on family outings. Now, that's an interesting perk. So, if I'm a top coach and I've been offered that package compared to another package with the same amount of money but no private jet, I'm going to pick the one with the private jet. What does that do? That allows you to travel, forget the luxury, but the comfort of private jet travel, not having to go through a terminal, whatever. It de-stresses you're traveling to and from your vacation spot. So that's important. The other way they use this is to get donations. So they go out and they visit potential donors. They'll also send the plane out maybe to bring in potential players. Maybe they've gone out, they scouted a player. This player's, being courted by 3 or 4 different universities. Why not send out the university jet to pick the player up with their family and come and visit our facilities. That's a good way of recruiting somebody. Now, I've recruited a really good player. That player is going to make a difference in the team next season. The team's going to win a trophy. Because the team wins a trophy, that's going to attract more donors. So this is kind of how this whole thing works. So how the private jet is allowing these universities to enter into the quantum economy, as I say in my book, and, you know, move faster, move at a quantum level. So using the private jet as a business tool, also for college as well as a business. And that's how it's used. Now, the environmentalists are going against some of the universities, and some of the universities have decided to sell their jet because they don't want the environmentalists to hit on them. Okay, fine, if that's what you want to do. But, you know, most of these environmentalists don't get the science right. They don't get the facts right. They don't realize that, you know, if there's anything they should be preaching to the university, the students, is a plant-based diet. Because guess what? Cow farts contribute to 15% of pollution on the planet today. So we should be eating less meat or no meat at all. And not even dairy, because, I mean, dairy comes from cows. So, you know, that's the argument on that one. So going back to the universities, this is a big business, 500,000 students, 1,100 universities, you know, generating, as I said at the beginning of this video, $15.8 billion. Back in 2019, today, that number's probably close to 20 billion, sorry. So that's a lot of money, and the private jet is playing a key role in this. Now, how many of the universities own a private jet? Well, the top 10 certainly do, but there's a lot of other smaller universities and colleges that you've never even heard of that have their own King Air, their PC-12, whatever it may be. And yes, they do shuttle the players sometimes. Sometimes they'll charter a larger aircraft like a Boeing business jet and stick 50 players plus staff on the airplane to go to a match. And they'll use that, but most of it's used for scouting, moving the coaches around, and using to go and get research grants and to bring in donors for that. And that's how they're using the private jet. So again, looking at Kansas University, $155 million they raised in donations. I'm sure that over 100 million was thanks to the private jet playing that pivotal role in going out and having these meetings. But let's get the conversation going here. I'd love to hear from your comments. Do you think colleges in the US should be using private jets or even owning a private jet? What's your take on this? Let's get the debate going. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to Biz Jet TV. And if you want a copy of the Quantum Economy, you can click on the link below to get yourself a copy. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure you'll like the next one here. Click on this one, all about Bitcoiners coming into the private jet market and how the Bitcoiners, with Bitcoin going up and up and up this year after the halving, some of them are cashing in to buy an aeroplane because it's a great tool to improve your lifestyle, but also improve your productivity. And that's all from Fabrizio here on Biz Jet TV. I'll see you on the next one.